Hi guys, it's Sherry. I'm popping on real fast just to answer the question, what are the basic tools you need to start working with polymer clay? So to answer that question, the very first tool that you are absolutely going to need is a rolling pin. And I'm sure you already knew that, but I want to show you there are different types of rolling pins. There are different sizes. So here's a larger one and a smaller one. They also have hollow ones. I do not use those. Don't waste your money on them because they will not work as nice as one of these. This one has more weight to it. I absolutely love it. It gives me more capability of rolling my clay out that's thicker, much easier. This one is a wonderful one as well. It just is not as heavy. So Sculpey will sell these most of the time in sets of 2, and they're fairly priced, you know, not overly expensive. This one as well is not overly expensive. Absolutely love it. If you are going to get into polymer clay or have a passion for it, invest in a pasta machine. This is just a regular hand crank one that you will use. This is the very first one that I got. It's a $30 maybe pasta machine. They're not overly expensive, but they really do save time on conditioning through the machine over conditioning through the rolling pin. Once you really know that you're going to stick with polymer clay, invest in a electric one. The electric pasta machines are wonderful. They give you the capability of really working with blends and doing all kinds of conditioning, and they're just really useful and go much faster on your projects. So if you are going to really get into it, I would definitely invest in one of those in the future. Now remember, you do not have to get a $200 pasta machine. I have a $60 to $80 one. I don't remember exactly what I paid. I've been using it for about 3 years and it works wonderful. So no reason to spend $200 on a pasta machine if you are interested in purchasing one. The next thing you're going to need is a blade. There are different types of blades. Here is a nice flexible blade. Absolutely love these. These are perfect for, let me see if I can get this on. I want to show you. Okay, these are perfect for shaving your clay. So if you need to shave your clay, that's what these flexible blades are for. They work wonderful. You could get right around them. So definitely want a flexible blade. You're also going to want one that is not so flexible. These are perfect for straight cuts and for lifting your clay off a tile. My favorite blade, and what I highly recommend that every artist have, is a blue blade. These are super sharp, but they are hard to come by. But I do know one person that sells them, so I will put that in the description for you so you can easily find it. But these blades are so nice. I absolutely love them, and I baby them. And then, of course, you're going to want a tile. Everybody needs a tile to bake on, to work on. If you have watched my other videos, you will see that most of the time I use my tile. I will sculpt all my jewelry pieces right on the tile, and then I will use it, lift my piece up. These mats here, I love them. They're not a must, but I highly recommend them. These are wonderful. When you are working on your clay pieces and you do not want them to be distorted, you put them on here. You could turn it. You could lift it. Your clay stays right on it. If you want to peel it off, it comes off easily. You don't have to use a knife to peel it off your tile. Wonderful heat resistant mats. I love them. So I recommend those, but it is not a must. One of the other things that you are definitely going to want is an X-Acto knife. X-Acto knives are perfect for just cutting straight through. If this is my jewelry and I want to make a certain shape, I just can take my blade and cut my shape. And now I can form it to whatever else I need. I can also take a stencil and carve around to make a shape into my clay. You could also take the back of the knife and make designs in your clay. So there is a lot of things you could do with the X-Acto knife. I also will take, if I have a tiny piece, let's see, just take a tiny piece like this and say I want to pick it up. I could poke it, stick it on my clay piece. So perfect for that. One of the other things that you are definitely going to want is some type of drill. There are multiple types of drills out there. These are hand drills. So if you're going to take, this is my clay baked, you're going to take this and you could easily turn it, go into your clay that way. And this is not tight, but you get the drift. I did not tighten that, but you would just turn it by hand. Or you can get a push drill and you just go up and down. This is my second go-to. Love this one, but this is my first go-to because it saves you on your hand, your wrist, and you just push a button, goes right through your clay, resin, whatever you have. I even use this on my wood. Works perfect. So whatever drill you decide, it doesn't have to be an expensive one. Just have a drill handy to put holes into your clay for your jewelry, things along those lines. Another thing, if you are a sculptor or a jewelry artist, you're going to want some type of silicone tool. I love getting my silicone tools that work with your nail art. And these come with two, one on each end. So you'll have like a flat end, a pointy end. This is like an angle. It comes in a pack of 5. I absolutely love these and use these on a regular basis. I also use my dotting tools. These are fantastic. You get to blend with these. So if there's a little crack here, I could take my dotting tool and blend my clay together as well. I can make marks in them. I can scratch little designs into my pieces. There are so many examples of using this. You could take it and make a mushroom cap by pushing it on. So these tools in general are very useful. Some type of pointer. This is my recommendation. Don't waste your money on cheap stuff. Get metal if you can afford it. I have gotten wood, I have gotten plastic, and over the years I have learned that I have wasted a lot of money on tools that break or are just garbage. So here's an example. I have this wood one. It's supposed to be double-ended. This piece falls out. Now I can no longer use that tool except for this side. I have decided that I wanted to have a good tool, so I invested in metal tools. And I love this one so much that I actually purchased 2 of them, because not only do I use this in my clay, I use this with my resin, I use these with my wood, I use these with basically every type of project that I do. These metal pointers are perfect. You can sculpt with them, you can put holes in your clay for your jewelry instead of buying these tools to put a hole. So I'm going to show you real fast. So these tools are supposed to put a hole and it punches through. You could use your pointer as well and it will make a hole in there for you. Now if it was thicker it'd be a little bit easier, but so these have so many multiple uses. You could also take the end and blend and smooth. So multiple uses for stuff like this. Another thing that I think is a definite are your dental tools. Dental tools are not overly priced. I love how they're metal. These ones have a rubber tip, so you could replace them if you need to. This is the same one that I had for probably about a year, so you're not going to have to replace them very often. These are wonderful for picking small things up, putting them on. If you are doing a piece with a snake and you want to make sure it goes in a certain direction, that's what something like this is for. So you would move it. It's easily used. You can make marks in your clay. You could poke holes. There's all types of things. These tools are wonderful. This metal one in particular is my go-to. I love these for my leaves to make little marks in. I pick everything up with this. I use this with my resin. I absolutely love this particular one. Lastly, some type of file or sandpaper. I use a nail file on a lot of my jewelry. I will just use it to buff my edges. If you're going to get into clay and do it on a regular basis, I would recommend investing in a Dremel. Dremels are wonderful. You can sand, you could buff, you can polish. You can even get ones that have drill attachments. There's so many things you could do with a Dremel. It is worth the money if you play with clay on a regular basis. If you do not plan on doing it on a regular basis, a nail file or sandpaper grip 400 to 2000 would be perfect because you just move up to make your pieces smooth, shiny, and beautiful. So those are your must-have tools, and I hope this video helps you, and I will see you all next time. Bye!